Thanks, Mick, I will have a pint. Oh, this is the first pint I've had in 3 weeks. No, that's why I haven't had a pint, because I haven't been here. That's why you haven't seen me. Well, we went on a trip, didn't you know? It's true. We went to Europe. I'm a world traveller now. Yeah. Well, it was easy, the money. I came home one day, and you know Bill, my brother Bill. That's right. The cripple, yeah, that's the one. Well, I know you're not supposed to say cripple, you're supposed to say, what's the word now? Disabled. Disabled. Well, that's all right, but he's been a cripple all my life. He's going to be a cripple all his life too. So anyway, I get home the other night, and there's Bill, and he's all excited. He's jumping up and down in his wheelchair, and he says, I just got a lot of money. I said, where the hell did you get a lot of money from? You're not even on the dole. And he said, I broke into the King Lear website and I took all their money. I said, you did what? He says, King Lear left his back door open and I hatched into it. Now what's the world coming to, Mick, when you can't even leave your back door open? I think that's terrible. The world's a terrible place now. Well, if I had a back door, I'd never lock it. I know I don't have a back door, but it was a statement. You know, if I had one, I would leave it open. I've got a front door. Yes, I know it's not on its hinges, but I'm going to get to it. I will put it back. I will. Anyway, so we've got all this money. At least Bill says we've got all this money. And he says, what do you want to do with it? I said, let's go down to the pub. Mick's always got good beer. He says, no. We don't want to spend this money foolishly. And I said, what's foolish about spending it on a pint? He says, we get more than that. We could go on a trip. I said, so where do you want to take a trip to? He says, let's go over the ocean. I said, how far? And he says, let's go to France. I said, I could do that. I've never been to France. The only problem with going to France is the jumping off point is England, and you really don't want to go to England ever. You know, they're not very good down there. Anyway, the jumping off point, we get to France. And we get on the train, and the first place we stop is Paris. And you know what? Right in the middle of Paris, they got a feckin' oil well. They do. Just like the ones in the sea. Just like the ones in the sea off the coast. It's huge. It's hundreds of feet high. But the neat thing is, despite the greedy bastards drilling for oil in that pretty old city, the neat thing is you can climb to the top of it. They call it the Eiffel Tower. And I went up there at night and I looked down, and you do get an Eiffel. All the lights on the town, the whole place is lit up. That's why they call it the City of Lights, you know. The power bill must be horrendous. I never thought of that before till just now. The power bill's horrendous. No, Bill didn't go up there. Bill's a cripple, he couldn't climb the tower. What are you talking about? And then we got on another train, and where did we go next? Oh, Portugal. We went to Portugal. Oh, what a pretty place that is. And you know, they got something there we don't have in Ireland. They got sunshine. I'm not kidding. 24 hours a day. Well, except at night. You know, the sun goes down at night and it comes up in the morning. The first time that happened, I thought, no, this is the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I've seen the sun. I thought, oh Christ, thank God, there is a God. There is sunshine up there. But the next day it happened again. Sun up. Unbelievable. Sun down. Gone away. Comes up again. It goes down again. It's unbelievable. It happens all the time down there. Yeah. Well, what did we do there? What did we do there? Oh, do you know what was the beautiful part? There's a big hill outside the town where we were, and you climb up to the top of the town, top of the hill, and you look down at the town, all the colours. Just the pinks of the roofs, and the reds, and the yellows, and the flowers everywhere, and the colours everywhere. It's absolutely gorgeous. Well, no, of course Bill didn't go up the hill. He's a cripple, you know. You're as bad as the Irishwoman. I have to tell you every bloody thing twice. You're as bad as the Irishwoman that took the 2 pills to be sure. Where did we go next? Oh, Mick, do you know where we went next? We went to Italy. We did. It's like a big ocean thing. It's called the Mediterranean. And we went to the Mediterranean thing. And you know, Italy is shaped like a boot, which I found very surprising because there's not a very lot of shoemakers in that country at all. I couldn't figure out why they'd shape it like a boot. Anyway, in the middle of the Rome thing, there's this big stone circle building thing, you know? They call it the Colosseum. You climb up to the top of the Colosseum and you look down and you can see where the Christians ate the lions. Well, I assume they ate the lions. I mean, well, it wouldn't have been on a Friday, no. Fish on Fridays, yes, that's right, I know. But it must have been it could have been on a Saturday, maybe on a Sunday. Instead of going to Mass, you could have eaten a lion. I think that may have been some sort of papal thing happening, I don't know. But anyway, you could look down on that Colosseum thing and it was huge. You could put the whole town in the middle of the Colosseum and you'd hardly even see it. It would just be a little dot down at the bottom. Well, no, Bill didn't climb up to the top with me. He's a cripple, you know. Jeez. Anyway, then we went to Vatican City. We did. We were standing in that square thing, St. Pete's Square. And we were looking around at all these old stone churches and buildings. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we look up. And we look on this balcony. And there's himself. There's himself on the balcony. Himself. And he starts babbling on in some language and nobody had a clue what he was saying. But it was all very inspiring and we all felt very proud and privileged to have heard it. And then he babbles on in English and he says, all of you on crutches, throw your left crutch away. Billy's left crutch went away. It's just like that. Gone. I'm not kidding you, Mick. No, it's the truth. And then he says, all you people on crutches, throw your right crutch away. And the right crutch just went gone. I tell you, it was a bloody miracle. A bloody miracle. No, of course he didn't walk, Mick. He fell flat in his arse. He's a cripple, you know. I'll have another point.